You want to become unbreakable? Then stop looking outside for the enemy. The battlefield isn't out there. It's not the market. It's not your boss. It's not your past. It's your mind. The real enemy is the voice in your head that says, take it easy. Rest today. You've done enough. That voice, kill it. Because here's the truth. You were born soft. You were born into comfort, and unless you decide to change that, you'll die that way too. Every morning your mind gives you a choice, rise or rot. There is no in between. And most men, they rot. Not because they're weak, but because they never trained to be strong. The body follows the mind, and your mind is a liar. It's designed to protect you, not push you. It's programmed to avoid pain, not pursue greatness. You want to be elite? Then rewire that system, because until you master your mind, you are a slave. I don't care how good your genetics are. I don't care how much money you have. If you can't dominate your own thoughts, you will never be dangerous. This world doesn't need more comfort seekers. It needs warriors. Men who get up at 4 a.m. Men who run in the rain. Men who train while others sleep. Not because they feel like it, but because they promised themselves they would. Let me ask you, what do you do when no one's watching? When there's no camera, no likes, no applause, just the dark and the voice in your head? That moment defines you. That's the real training ground. And if you don't show up there, you've already lost. So the next time your mind whispers, skip it, you scream back, not today. Because today, you kill the weakness. Discipline is a weapon. People think discipline is about rules, about order, about being good. That's bullshit. Discipline is a weapon. It's your shield in chaos. It's your axe in battle. It's the one thing that keeps you from becoming the soft, whining, excuse-making version of yourself you swore you'd never be again. The weak wait for motivation. The strong, they don't negotiate. They execute, day after day, cold, focused, precise. Discipline isn't sexy. It's not inspirational. It doesn't come with a hype song or a fucking sunrise. Discipline is waking up sore and still going. It's saying no when your cravings scream yes. It's training when your emotions beg for rest. You want to win this war inside your head? Then arm yourself, not with hacks, not with feel-good affirmations, with a code, a set of rules you do not break, no matter what. If you said you'd wake up at 4 a.m., you get up. If you said you'd train today, you train. If you said you'd eat clean, then not a single excuse touches your mouth. Every time you follow through, you sharpen your edge. Every time you break your word, you dull it. Until eventually you're carrying a weapon that either slays weakness or cuts you down. Listen to me. Life doesn't care how you feel, and neither does war. So stop treating your goals like they're optional. They're not. They're orders. And if you want to lead anyone, your family, your team, your future, then you better first learn to lead yourself. Discipline is painful, it's unforgiving. But you know what it gives you in return? Respect. From the world? Maybe. But more importantly, honor from yourself. And when you respect yourself, you become unstoppable. So here's your mission. Write one promise today, one command, and execute it like your life depends on it, because it does. Let the world chase motivation. You build a code, you build your name, and you build the kind of mind that never fucking folds. Drop a "discipline is my weapon" in the comments if you're done breaking your own word. Smash that like button if you're training your mind like a soldier, and subscribe. Because this war isn't over, it's just getting started. Feelings aren't facts. Let's get something straight. Your feelings are not facts. They're not truth. They're just reactions, impulses, smoke. And if you base your actions on smoke, you'll burn your whole life to the ground. You feel tired? So what? You feel unmotivated? Welcome to the club. You feel like quitting? That's exactly when you don't. The difference between elite and average is simple. Elite men move without permission. They don't wait for the perfect day. They don't ask, "Do I feel ready?" They get up, gear up, and go. Because if your goals depend on your feelings, you'll never get shot done. Because feelings are inconsistent. Feelings lie. But your mission? That's sacred. Every great man in history had days he didn't feel like showing up. But they showed up anyway. Because they understood. Commitment is greater than comfort. The truth is, you're not tired. You're undisciplined. You're not burned out. You're unstructured. You don't need a rest. You need a reset. Stop letting your emotions be the CEO of your life. They weren't made to lead. They were made to be LED. The strongest version of you doesn't chase feelings. He chases results. He chases impact. He chases war. Because he knows the fight is the forge. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's the entrance, the signal, the doorway to your next level. So next time you feel tired, unmotivated, afraid, don't shrink. Stand up, breathe, and say, "This is the test. This is the moment I trained for." Because the voice that says, "I don't feel like it," is not you. It's your old programming, the ghost of a version of you that's dying. Let it die. And when it does, then what's left will be the man who doesn't beg for comfort. He breaks through it. Suffer on purpose. You want to become elite? Then stop avoiding suffering. Start choosing it. Start seeking it out like a soldier hunts resistance. Because in this life, you only get two options. Suffer now or suffer later. You suffer now by training when it hurts, by running when your legs are dead, by pushing when your excuses are screaming. Or you suffer later, when your body is weak, when your mind is soft, when you're staring at the mirror full of regret, knowing you folded when it mattered most. Listen to me. Weakness grows in comfort. It multiplies in your soft routines. It breeds in your skipped workouts, your snoozed alarms, your cheap dopamine hits. That's how mediocrity takes root, quietly, slowly, until it's part of you. And by the time you notice, it's already killing you. So how do you stop it? You choose the suffering. You train in the rain. You fast when you're hungry. You run with blisters. You work. When every part of you says rest, that's how you build something the world can't touch. This is what the elite know. Discipline without suffering is weak. Because there's no glory in routines that feel good. You want to be forged in fire? Then you better walk into the flames voluntarily. That's what separates men from beasts. Average people want pleasure. They want balance. They want soft lives with strong results. But a warrior wants the struggle. He wakes up hungry for pain. He doesn't pray for easier battles. He prays to be a stronger weapon. Suffering on purpose is the ultimate flex. It says, "You will not break me." Not life, not failure, not the demons inside my mind, nothing. Because I already bled today and I'll bleed again tomorrow. You're not training your body, you're training your soul, your pain threshold, your tolerance for discomfort. And once you master that, nothing can touch you. So here's your challenge. Do something hard today, something painful, something uncomfortable, not because you have to, but because that's who the fuck you are now. Kill the old you or stay his prisoner. There's a version of you that's still alive. You know the one who hesitates, the one who breaks under pressure, the one who quits when it gets real. That version is the reason you're stuck. And if you don't kill him, he's going to kill everything you could have been. Because that version of you, he's comfortable. He loves comfort. He thrives in excuses. He worships distraction. He will smile in your face while he robs your future blind. Let me be clear, you can't evolve if he's still breathing. You can't build a legacy while dragging your weakness around like a dead weight. You can't lead while being led by fear. You can't dominate while you keep negotiating with a version of yourself that was built for survival, not greatness. That man needs to die, and you have to kill him. How? With daily discipline, with savage commitment, with action so violent it makes the old you scream. You don't talk about it. You don't write it in a journal. You execute. You bleed. You burn the bridge back to who you used to be, because let me tell you something. Change isn't a transformation. It's a murder. It's bloody. It's painful. It's lonely, but it's necessary. You have to look in the mirror and say, I don't owe that man shot anymore. Not his fears, not his limits, not his patterns, not his lies. The man you are now, he's at war, not just with the world, but with himself. And the battlefield is your decisions, your routine, your words, your habits, every single day. You don't become a weapon overnight. You sharpen, grind, break, reforge every single day. Until eventually, that old version of you, he stops talking. Because he knows he's not in control anymore. Because you're too far gone, too sharp, too locked in, too dangerous. That's when you become untouchable. That's when your name starts to carry weight. That's when people feel your discipline when you walk into a room. Not because you told them, but because you lived it. So let me ask you, is the old you still breathing? Then today, you end him. Comment, the old me is dead if you buried that version of you. Hit like if you've killed comfort and chosen war. And subscribe, because the mission isn't over. It's just getting started. The voice in your head is a liar. Let's expose the truth right now. The voice in your head is a liar. The one telling you to stop, to take it easy, to sit down, slow down, back off. That voice is not you. That voice is your enemy. It's the echo of your past. It's weakness wearing your voice, and it's been whispering bullshit into your brain for years. You're too tired. You've done enough. You'll never make it. You're not like them. You're broken. Lies. Every single word. And if you don't learn to fight back, you'll start to believe it. You'll start living like a man who takes orders from fear. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the man who chooses which thoughts to obey. That voice in your head doesn't want you to win. It wants you safe. It wants you small. It wants you just comfortable enough to never change. But you didn't come this far to be comfortable. You didn't bleed just to fold. You came to dominate, to break the cycle, to burn the old version of yourself and walk through the smoke like a fucking monster. And monsters don't negotiate with inner weakness. When the voice says, slow down, you speed up. When it says you can't, you prove it wrong. When it says quit, you roar back, I don't fucking break. Because every time you disobey that voice, you chip away at the lie. You get closer to the truth of who you are, disciplined, ruthless, relentless. Look, you want to be free? Then the war starts between your ears. That's the real battlefield, and the enemy has been living rent-free inside your mind for too damn long. Kick it out. With every rep, every cold shower, every 5 a.m. alarm, every moment you act when you don't feel like it, you win. That's how you silence the coward. That's how you kill the old voice, not with words. With action. Become the one they fear. There comes a point where words don't matter anymore. Motivation dies, quotes fade, songs stop hitting, and the only thing that remains is who you've become. You see, most men live their entire lives trying not to be feared. They want to be liked. They want to be accepted. They want to be invited in. But a real man, he doesn't wait for the world's permission. He becomes the one they watch in silence, the one they fear. Not because he's violent, but because he's disciplined, because he doesn't fold, because he speaks little but moves like war, because he's walked through hell so many times. He built a home there. That man doesn't react. He calculates. He doesn't chase. He attracts. Because his energy is undeniable. Because his eyes carry fire. because his presence demands respect before a single word is spoken. That man? He's not born, he's built in the reps, in the silence, in the early mornings where nobody claps, in the late nights where the only light is the fire burning inside him. And here's the truth. That man is in you, right now, buried under excuses, trapped under comfort, muted by your own self-doubt. But he's there, and he's begging to be unleashed. So how do you set him free? You make pain your routine. You turn rejection into rocket fuel. You become the storm. You stop asking for strength and start proving it. You build habits that would break most men. You get up when the world sleeps. You train when others talk. You lead when others hide. You do when others doubt. Until one day, you realize you don't fear the pain anymore. You crave it. Because it's the only place where you feel alive. Because it's the only place where the world stops lying. In pain, you find truth. And that truth is simple. You were built for this. You weren't made to be average. You weren't born to be liked. You were made to lead, to dominate, to leave behind a legacy that makes weak men uncomfortable. And when they look at you, they'll feel it. They won't know why, but they'll respect it. Because real power doesn't need to shout. It shows up, and the room gets quiet. That's who you become when you kill the weakness. When you kill the doubt. When you kill the old voice in your head that told you to stay small, stay safe, stay silent. That voice is dead now. And what's left? A fucking weapon. A disciplined savage, a man of war, a leader forged in fire. So the next time you hear that voice telling you to stop, smile. Because you know what it really means. You're right on track. Now look in the mirror and say it out loud. I'm the one they fear and I earned it. Drop "built in the dark" in the comments if this video lit something inside you. Like this if you've become the weapon. Subscribe now because this war is just getting started.